that has perhaps more Fox hosts than people
You know what makes him
people of
qualified?
color.
Yes. No, don't do
and-
it. Let her finish.
And
Disrespectful.
I would just ask Scott,
Scott
if
Turner?
race is not the issue, then why is DEI mentioned
Every
every
5 seconds.
single day as a solution to every single problem that faces this
Because of how pervasive it is,
that- but do you
and
think
how
it's
hateful
really
it is to an actual conservative ideological view.
But do you think it is true that all of America's ills, from the plane crash to whatever it is, wildfires, due to DEI for real?
I think that if you believe in the fundamental principle of America, which is that we guarantee everybody an equal chance, not an equal outcome, but an equal chance, then trying to go around that principle, conservatives don't believe in
Yes.
it. And most people who believe in America don't believe in it, number one.
Me personally, I don't believe in it either. I don't want nothing given to me. DEI stand for didn't earn it. If I get a position, I want to know that I earned it, not to meet a quota. You gave me something that I really didn't deserve.
Yeah, I don't need a handout. I need an opportunity.
It's a big difference.
Number two, the concept of not hiring the best person for the job in government or anywhere else has been repeatedly rejected by the American people, the Supreme Court, and everything else. And so
You want the job to go to the best people.
Yeah.
Not somebody that's underqualified, get the position. You might be able to put people's lives in jeopardy because you're not even ready for the position that they gave you. I really go to the best person.
Yeah, definitely. Like, i.e., if you're in aerospace.
Yes, that's what I was thinking
You know
about.
what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things you want the best person for the job.
Yeah, you want the plane built right at the end of the day.
So I guess what I'm saying is, like, if that is the case, then people are questioning the actual qualifications of many people Donald Trump hired for jobs.
Yeah.
So do you think that he actually...
Why?
Because Elon Musk doesn't even go here.
Do you think that he...
That's why.
This is the question people are asking.
I feel like why are you questioning it? People just got in the office. This is the people that he picked, and this is the people he wanted in position. Like, the whole time that Donald Trump was running for president the first time, they said he was unqualified, he couldn't do it, he didn't have the expertise, and then he got office and he did what I call a good job his first term, get a man a chance for the second term to get his team in there and the people that he want, because he actually had a chance to learn from the first time he was in office. This is the people I need around me. Now he got him in place, and let's let him see what he could do.
Yeah.
It's like you don't go into someone's kitchen and tell them to make you a meal and tell them how to cook it. Let them cook it. Let them do what they do. They in the kitchen. They in that position for a reason. He's in that situation for a reason. Let him pick the people. Let him pick the ingredients that he wants for his food, and let him do him, and then complain about it if it don't work later. But you got to get a man to put his people in to run his operation the way he see fit.
This is the question that Ryan Clark just asked. Did Donald Trump, for Health and Human Services, find the person with the best expertise to address
this is not a
when it comes to the Department of Defense? Did he find the person with the best expertise to address those issues, or did he just find people who he liked?
Political appointees have one qualification. They serve at the pleasure of the president because the president believes that person's going to best carry out their agenda. That is the only qualification.
And to protect and defend the Constitution.
And
That's it. To best carry out the agenda. That's it.
I don't care about your degrees. I don't care where you went.
This isn't about you.
Yeah, it's not about you.
Are you going to help me achieve the goal?
That's it.
that is the only qualification for a political appointee.
Competency doesn't matter.
Of course they're
Say it.
Of course he
not.
believes they're competent. If he didn't believe they were competent, he wouldn't appoint them.
I'm not being fair with that. You're not being fair with that response. She asked you a very simple question, yes or no. Look at the appointees. Do you believe DEI had anything to do with those appointees? Do you believe they were qualified? Do you think they would protect and defend the Constitution that represents all of the people of the United States of America?
I think Marco Rubio.
I personally feel like this. If you didn't ask these same questions when Biden got in office and he picked his people, if he wasn't screaming the same thing about these people when Biden was in office, you shouldn't be screaming when Trump is in office. A lot of stuff people are saying now about his cabinet and how he picked them. Nobody say anything about how Biden picked his cabinet. Was it qualified? Was it not qualified? People let him pick his people and then moved on from the situation.
Well, a lot of people are not really going to argue if it's favorable to what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're really more vocal when you're disgruntled.
Disgruntled, yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you said.
literally no idea how the government works is what I
I
actually
do.
You
I
do.
do. I
You don't even know how the government works.
Wow, he's
People
throwing
at the
shade.
table have served in the government.
Yeah, me too.
Including for this former president. that we're talking about.
I just want to say that I think the premise that DEI exists and therefore the people that got the opportunity, perhaps because of DEI, are not qualified is a flawed premise.
Correct.
And I think that is what is so frustrating about the argument around DEI. We know in this country historically, and even today, there are still injustices in this country based on race, based on gender, based on ideology.
Based on who your daddy played
golf with.
with.
Yes.
Okay,
And
that
so
happens every single day. We
it's
know
called-
that.
But it happens every single day all over the planet.
That's
The
what I'm
planet
All over the
it is
planet
human
Earth.
nature.
It
It is human.
No,
Every
it
single,
doesn't seem
and we're the
that
best at it. We're the best at trying
We know.
to
Donald
include
Trump's our
people.
president.
Arthur, I guess that's exactly my point.
That does happen all over the planet. It's just if your dad's the head of a company, it's common sense that he's going to put some of his children in the company
around.
to take over when he leaves. It's just part of how things go.
Why would you not?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think that it is true that there have been preferences not for merit since the dawn of time. And that in this country right now, the same people who are going after DEI, which is about giving opportunities to people who have been historically marginalized, are just as willing to hire their friends.
Is that what equity means? Giving opportunity or guaranteeing outcomes?
No, it's giving access.
Because that's what equity means.
It's more guaranteeing of an outcome. And it's saying that some people want to get some positions that they really did not deserve because of it. That's exactly what is going to happen. And there's no way that it's not going to happen. Because of that, someone who is qualified and better for the job is going to get overlooked for a quota. There's no way around that with DEI.
It's a difference. There's a difference between equality and equity.
No, it's giving
Carrie,
access.
I just want to answer his question because I think
Wouldn't
this
talent
is super,
and hard work
Scott,
give you
I think this
access?
is incredibly
In theory.
important for you to understand and for everybody to understand at home, okay? This is where I think we go crossways on this issue. You just asked the question, what does equity mean? Does it mean equality or does it mean access to opportunities? And conservatives want to define it a particular way, but you have to acknowledge, I'm asking you to acknowledge that people who believe in DEI do not define it that way. They do not define it as equality.
I think they define it as trying to guarantee outcomes, and I think they define it
Can
as
I
trying
speak
to
to the maybe not,
punish
like-
people they don't like.
Scott, that's
The not-
politically, wrong race, wrong
Speaking
gender.
from
I
more
think
of
that's
the
what it's
middle
all
of the
about.
country who's not hyper-partisan on this issue, I think that people generally think diversity is a virtue. It makes businesses better. It makes institutions better. But they also don't like when you have companies or organizations that are spending huge amounts of money to stand up DEI office. As an example, Fairfax County Public Schools, $400,000 spent on a DEI office, but kids are not reading at the levels that they should. They're not advancing at the levels that they should. It's not the issue
But were
of
they doing
diversity.
that before the office?
I was about to just say that. So you say
Yeah,
if the
they
office wasn't there, they would be reading on these grade levels? Is that
Yeah, would all of a sudden change what the reality is?
So you're saying because the office is there is the reason that these grade levels is there? Please tell me what was the reading levels before the building?
Yeah, prior to
the building.
yeah.
Can I get that stat, please?
They're not advancing at the levels that they should. It's not the issue
But were
of
they doing
diversity.
that before the office was stood up?
Well, no, and probably not. And so I'm not saying
so
that.
maybe-
What argument are you making?
Yeah, so where's that taking us?
She wasn't expecting that rebuttal. She gotta
Absolutely
understand.
not.
You be around some people, their brains move quick.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not just gonna spit some stuff out to me. It's gonna just go over my head. It's like, no. Well, what about this?
What about what was going on before?
It's not the
But
issue
were
of
they doing
diversity.
that before the office was stood up?
Well, no, and probably not. And so I'm not saying
so
the
maybe,
connection.
So maybe
It's the-
implementing DEI might actually help
but
people
it's
have
not
a
an
better
argument
education
against
outcome.
DEI. It's how much of our resources are we actually putting.
But
to
that's
it.
not that's not the way the conversation is being posed in America today. The conversation about DEI and woke and all of that sounds about marginalized Black and brown people who already are threatened seem to be threatened in this community, in this society, and they're not getting the same opportunities. It was the same thing with affirmative action. Went to UCLA, they got rid of affirmative action. Everyone said you got in because of affirmative action. When I graduated, affirmative action didn't take my test. Affirmative action didn't help me.
And it's like, how can you prove she got in because of affirmative action? Like,
But
I don't
you
like
can't.
these people just saying something without proof. Where's the paperwork?
That's
Where's
the
anything
part
at?
that where it becomes frustrating because you just first off it's not a bad thing, but you make it a bad thing. You discredit
my work
someone's work.
to get there.
to get there. You're like, you only got it because of this. Like, no. I put too much work in.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah. And like she said, you can say whatever you want, but I still got to get the results and then take the test for me.
Yeah, facts.
Of affirmative action. When I graduated, affirmative action didn't take my test.
At all.
Affirmative action didn't help me get to where I'm at today. It gave me access that I didn't have based on the opportunity that I lacked because of the circumstances I was born into, which had nothing to do with me, but the country in which we live in. And so the reality is...
Have you seen the test scores of UCLA Medical, by the way?
My point being, Scott, is that everyone
Shots
doesn't have
fired.
the same access. People like to hire their friends. They like to hire the people that they like to be around.
Do you think they like to
But I
hire the
also
best people
do
for the
think,
job?
but I also think around the idea of diversity,
No, Donald
it
Trump
should
hired all of his friends.
A cabinet that
I don't think he hired his friends. I think he hired the people that he think can get the job done that he wants done. I play basketball, I play sports, so I look at stuff like if I was a GM, I want to put the type of players that I want in to try to win. I don't want you picking my players and say, oh, at the end of the
You
year,
pick a player you trust.
yeah, at the end of the year, you'd be like, why didn't you win? Why didn't you win the NBA championship? Because I didn't have the players I wanted. You picked all the players, and then you're gonna try to tell me
Yeah,
at the
that wasn't
end,
my roster.
why didn't you get these results that you was looking for? Because I didn't have the people in position that I wanted. If I want to go down, I want to pick everybody that I go down with because I'm gonna be the one that be blamed at the end of the day. This is my legacy that's on the line, and I'm going out with the people that I want to go out with. DEI is just done and over with.